Yeah, Levi, erase that blob.
Oh, you caught me. I'm in the hallways of Harvard and working on a very complex math problem. Oh, I must be very smart.
You need therapy from Robin Williams.
Yeah, but I'm gonna reject him at first and be mean to him about his passed away wife.
Those are your defenses from your rough childhood.
Right, but it's not my fault.
It's not your fault. Hey, it's not your fault.
Stop it.
Don't you know
Stop it.
that it's not your fault?
Stop. Oh!
Do you get it now?
Yes, all my problems are fixed.
That's all that it takes.
Then you make a movie about it. That was actually their relationship in real life at the time.
No way.
Oh no.
You know, I didn't realize that it was about a guy named Will Hunting. I thought it was like, hey, you're gonna go hunting? Here's Goodwill. I didn't know. I just didn't know.
You just didn't know. It's not your fault.
There is no way for me to know. Don't you see that?
I see that. I also see that every time you exhale, the breath goes out the eyeball holes of that mask and fogs up your glasses.
Well,
I really hope they can see it, but unlikely.
That's how lions work.
Oh, they breathe out of their eye holes?
Yeah, did you not know that?
I didn't know that, but it's not my fault.
What do you think about the two of us doing a sick dance break?
I feel pretty good. 1, 2, 3, go!
You've got to do better than that, Mr. Levi. Are you okay?
I'm okay, but my marker's not.
You're ruining the dance break. 7:30 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Hey!
Hello, sweet viewers.
Oh, this is embarrassing. We're still erasing this.
Oh my gosh.
God, we should have thought about this before.
I was thinking about it all day.
They really caught us with our pants down.
Yeah.
Metaphorically.
Yeah.
Our pants are very much up right now.
Yep. But if our pants were
Be careful.
marker residue and down would be
On
it
the
still
board?
being up on the board.
Right.
Yeah.
Then very much so.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't change anything, by the way. Did you change
The title?
titles?
Absolutely not.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. I typically let you do that, and if you don't do it, I just don't do anything. Because you always do it, I don't even think about it.
Okay.
Do you want to go change it?
It doesn't matter now.
What's the title right
No,
now?
no, I forget what it was. Whatever it was yesterday.
Okay.
Oh, sweet viewers, you're not here.
Tell them on Discord. I have a sandwich upstairs. You gotta
Yeah?
hold down the fort.
I'm gonna hold it down.
All right.
I'm gonna hold it up.
No.
No?
Yes?
Okay, I'm gonna look on. Oh, what are these questions? Are these from last night?
There's one more robot question at the very end.
I can never find the mouse here. This stupid mouse. There it is. Found it. Okay, very good. Robot Dancer asked a lot of questions. Robot, are you here? Slayer Darth, hello. Levi Brady Chat, how's it going? You're the first one here, Slayer Darth. Do you guys want to hazard a guess as to how many books I have on my phone? What are we talking like? Here's your phone, and then here's like a book. What are we talking? Like, oh, speaking of the Kindle, the Amazon Kindle from 2019 is being sold for $65 or something. That's it's an incredible deal.
You'll get that sponsorship.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Amazon. They sponsor us. They're really struggling, and we're really not, and we're also not using their platform that they own. Yeah, so just don't think about what I just said, and you'll believe me. So that I don't know, 20,000. I thought Amazon had discounted Kindle OS.
I just got a great sandwich and juice at Mr. Mo's Deli. Mr. Mo's Deli at the corner of 110th and 1st. For you.
Good. Okay, and let's see. We have. Can you come up here and show me which robot questions you did? Yeah, that was pretty unbelievable. Okay, congratulations. Oh my gosh. Why did I not see this? All right. Let's see. No, it's fine. No, but pretty unbelievable. Okay. We have a new unread. Math. When is this from? Like 2 weeks ago? Yup. What do we sound in as? All right. I'm going to go to Reddit and see if we can find anything. Can you come up here and look at the robot questions?
I feel embarrassed.
You shouldn't feel embarrassed. You should just feel terrible.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Yep.
How is this?
I did not do that yesterday.
Okay.
Is that the last one?
Yes. Did you do these guys?
Yeah.
You did?
Yep.
Okay. So this is from Khan, I guess?
Yeah, I was like...
38. Oh my gosh. Slayer Darth, have you read all of them? That's a lot of books.
What is this?
Slayer Darth is just telling us about how many PDFs he has on his phone.
I thought Amazon had discontinued Kindle OS.
I don't even know what Kindle OS is. There's Kindle Oasis.
Kindle operating system on the iPhone. iOS.
I don't
38 math books.
Mm,
It's a lot of math books.
hey! Instagram is right.
Brew him a gamer. Brew him.
No, bro, I'm a gamer.
No. It's
No, whatever you're about to say is definitely going to be right. Yeah, that's true. But you don't even have to say it because everybody's going to agree with you.
Everyone's gonna agree with me. How do I
Yeah,
even
so you
know?
don't even have to say it.
Oh no, the animosity's thick.
Oh, so it's so bad right now. I have a Kindle Fire. I doubt it, but Amazon discontinued the operating system on which it was running.
Good grammar there.
Oh, very well grammar.
On which it was running. Bro, I'm a gamer. We hear you're a gamer.
Yeah.
You wanna tell us about that?
Yeah, tell us about that or ask us a question about the SAT. Actually, do both of those things or neither. We got to put the law down on your foot, you know?
You're cornering him into
Yeah.
/ her into giving us what we want while giving us some information about them.
Yeah.
Right. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting tactic.
At the very least, they identify as a gamer.
We know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's all we know.
Well, also, someone who says bruh. That kind of narrows it down.
Yeah, we know they're a doofus.
A doofus. You're a doofus.
I am a doofus. Everybody's a doofus. All right, I'm going to do this, I guess. Bam. This is a hard question. Wait. Is this... All right. Hey, just a second. I'm going to just wait until Robot gets here, because I'm not sure those questions are ones we're allowed to do.
Do we know robots even get here?
No. All right, this is great. Well, I'm not sure at the moment about SAT or ACT questions, but I play Star Wars Battlefront 2 because I'm a nerd and League of Legends. So you are a nerd and you are League of Legends? Interesting. Have fun. Or you know, I hope it goes well.
Good luck, Brennan.
That's for me.
Yes.
I love you, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so are you a person? Are you taking the SAT and or ACT? Probably you're not taking both. Some people do.
Levi,
What?
they're a gamer. They're not a person.
Right. Okay.
They told us that.
They're simultaneously a nerd and League of Legends.
Wow.
Yeah. So, bruh, I'm a gamer. Do you want to talk about math or something like that? Do you like those things? I gotta just forget it. I gotta forget it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it
it's
was
fine.
very dumb. Yes.
I play League of Legends. Haha. Which one is easier in a way? Okay. How old are you? Are you like 6 or are you like 50? You have more than those two options, but you know. Yeah. But like, we can talk about that in a hot sec. But are you going to be taking one of those tests sometime soon? This is very nice. It's just us hanging out.
That's what it should be.
Yeah. The way it's always been, also.
Right.
Always been us and Brahma Gamer.
From Instagram.
Yes, from Instagram. Boo. Roby Expert. Careful, you're going to hurt somebody like us. Question for you. I'm currently going through the pre-calculus section on Ysant. Although I presume that to fully grasp calculus, I really need a strong understanding of trig, geometry, algebra, etc. as prerequisites. Yes, true. 14 freshmen in high school. Got it. Okay. Yes, you Slayer Darth, yes, you definitely need those other things. Geometry, not as much. Geometry is not as useful in calculus, but trig, yeah. Yes. And algebra, yes. Those two things for sure. Yeah. 14 freshmen in high school. Okay, so you're going to be taking the PSAT, probably. Are you in the U.S.? You're probably in the U.S. All gamers are in the U.S. No such thing as a gamer outside the U.S. Okay, so let's talk about that, yeah. SAT, ACT. So, time is an issue. Time is short. I'm a gamer. Sure you are. In that I like to game the system. Oh my gosh, and play games with your words, Slayer Darth. Bundle. Concepts. More straightforward. This has a science section. I should have done a whatever the thing is called when you have
Venn
to.
diagram?
Yeah, Venn diagram.
Okay, you didn't know. Put
Yeah.
the SAT is half math.
The SAT is half math. So, if you have any questions about these are very vague ideas that I understand very well because I talk about this stuff all the time. But you probably don't because you haven't taken these tests yet. So, the SAT, depending on where you are, in the US as a whole, is a little bit more popular. Colleges don't care. They just don't care between the two tests. The SAT, time is not so much of an issue. They like to bundle concepts. So that means, especially in the math, they will give you a question that requires you to understand these three different things, in geometry and then algebra and then something else. And half of the test is math. So if you despise math, maybe don't do the SAT. But you should try both anyway. There are a bunch of free tests online. We have them linked below. You can just take one, take another one, one of each, and then check your answers and see which one you do better on. If you're way better on one than the other, then that's your decision. Just take that test going forward. Although I presume the more selective colleges do care. No, they don't. They do not care between these two tests at all. They will accept either. ACT, time is short, so timing is an issue. While it is more straightforward, you just have less time for every section, so if you are a very slow reader like me, you might gravitate more towards the SAT. There is also a science section on the ACT. Now, it's not as though you need to know all of the science and you need to study science a lot to be, to perform well on the science section. It does help a little bit to be very familiar with. There are many science concepts that are on it, but it's things like solid, liquid, gas, and pH scale, and more general things like that. It's more the timing. The timing is the biggest thing about the ACT. Right, Brady?
Yes.
Yes. Let's see. I think that's about it. Are we done?
With the whole day?
I think for the year. At least the calendar year.
Oh, obviously. Yeah, we usually end by November anyway.
Yeah.
We did last year.
Slayer Darth, if you're doing... Oh, you're going through Okay, Yeah, no, Brian, awesome. I despise math. Haha, I'll try both out. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you soon. Very good.
Awesome, bruh. We'll catch you on the flippity flip. Right?
I think so.
I'll be there.
Well, probably.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there on the flippity flip.
Yeah,
also.
you always have a very strong base on the other side of the flippity flip.
I do.
Catch people
very,
there.
very strong.
Yeah.
I'll try both out. Practice tests.
Very good.
Very good.
It's very good.
That's so good.
Yeah. Goes down smooth. Mm-hmm. Just like Goes your down. whatever that was over there. Oh, the smooth The smooth E. is actually just a juice. Oh, is it juice? Oh, okay. It's green. It is. Well, I mean, there's a couple different ingredients. Okay. Mostly vegetables. And smoothie? It's not a smoothie. No, but it's a juice made out of smoothies.
Yeah, they took a bunch of smoothies and then they put it in a juicer, including the plastic cups that the smoothies were originally in. And they juiced them all down to a juice. And they took those juices and they actually smoothed them out to make one big monster smoothie.
Got it.
So it's like a smoothie inside of a juice inside of a smoothie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'd heard.
right. Right, because you're kind of a bozo wrapped around an idiot, and it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey man, this.
2-1.
Hey, well, there we go. We're back. We are back in action. Did we just get an email from Stream Elements?
No.
Yes, we did.
Oh, video.
Whatever. We're back.
Hello. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo.
Hey.
How about you?
Yes.
You,
Yes.
you
Okay.
go to the zoo.
Why not?
Zoo.
Let's go to the zoo. Yes, Slayer Darth, you are also back. And this is also a back. A back sounds like it's a word.
Back? Taking
a
it back.
A back. Like above, a back. That
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Taking it back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
you
I thought
step
it sounded
back.
like a word. Yeah.
Because it is?
Yeah. You know what?
I don't want to
The
listen
word
to you.
because also sounds like it'd be a word. You know what I mean? Because. That sounds like it'd be a word. What are we looking at?
What are you looking at?
I don't know. Slayer Darth. Oh, we got 0 viewers.
That's fine.
Bet you on Friday it's gonna explode.
Yeah?
That cram session.
Maybe.
It's gonna be huge. Oh, dude, we have like 100 followers on Instagram. Have you thought about that?
No, I haven't. Have you?
No, actually, you just reminded me.
Okay. Hear that?
Hear what? Mr. Anderson. It's the sound
Mr. Anderson.
of your death. It's the smell, Mr. Anderson. Really liking the American approach to math. It feels more social than ours. Interesting. How do you know what the American approach to math is? Because like every school is different. What exactly are you looking at that you associate with the American approach to maths? Is there a general countrywide approach?
Yes.
Oh, well, you should have said that, Levi. What? You just put some schmutz on me or something? You did. Going through Wyzant. Ah.
Wyzant is
Isn't
a
Wyzant a
thoroughly American company.
tutoring platform?
It's something like that, yeah.
They also have other stuff on it?
Yeah.
Ah. Why do you think I wanted this tape? I don't know what you thought I wanted. And the emphasis on eternal testing for into a URL grade.
Yes, that is something that we do here that the UK doesn't do as much, where we do consistent testing rather than let's do everything and then test at the end.
They do that?
Yeah.
Why don't they? That's interesting.
It's a horrifying system.
So it's
I
just
would hate
one
that.
massive
Yeah.
test vomit at the end?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good at all.
I mean, you can have like a lot more fun and do much less in between, and you just are much worse off at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a great way to do it. It seems pretty straightforward that you shouldn't do that. I don't know if am I overthinking this?
Which part?
The whole like
The system
let's not
or that
test
approach?
anything. I get the feeling that it ensures no one in the class gets left behind.
That is the idea, but you still have to continue teaching the information. So
People do get left behind all the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of that. In math class these days. A lot of whatever this is. You go to a math class, you're going to see it. It's on full display. The math
Yep.
teachers, some of the students. Happens a lot. Hey,
Didn't
Levi.
I do this question?
Accelerate?
No, this question
I know, but
did.
you're pointing to accelerate.
This is Accelerate, by the way. Slayer Darth, you probably didn't know that.
We got a whole viewer right now.
Oh my gosh. Let's do, why don't you go answer, Squadacorn? No?
Did I not?
I don't know. Did you not?
Let me see.
Okay, so you did. Did we?
Yeah, dude, I've already answered Squadacorn.
How do you know? Accelerate your learning. Yes, exactly. That is the whole point. Okay. Slayer Darth, let's do some pre-calc or calculus. What do you want to talk about? What's an idea that you're really into and you want to ask more questions on it, or an idea that you really don't get and you want to ask more questions on it? We will do it. We will do it for the next hour if we need to. We will drill it into your skull. We will do it in a very American way. Tests every couple of minutes. Oh, good. Now we're streaming live. Awesome.
Were we not before?
I don't know. Can we go through that? Yeah, let me see where that takes us. Exponential functions. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff they have. Okay, yeah, that's totally fine. Where do you want to start? Like, do you not know what they are? Is this your first time dealing with, something that looks like that? Like, is y equals x squared just totally foreign to you? Or are you fine with that and you want something like that? Would be the same thing, so I'm not going to do that. Something like that. You get most of this, but I haven't covered logs yet. Ooh, logs are fun.
Yeah.
Let's do logarithms.
Why not?
No, we're going to do them, Bree. Oh. And they cover logarithms within the page. Yeah, I mean, I can start with whatever they have. I'm not going to put it up on the screen necessarily because it's pretty easy to draw. Oh, psych. Where'd he go? Oh, here it is. Okay. I will get to there very soon. Also, if you have your questions, ask them. Ask us your questions for those of you who will see this later. All right. Oh, Chopper, hey, what's up? Is it worth getting a better grade at the expense of your mental health?
No.
Depending. So is this a grade on your mental health? In that case, this would be a very difficult situation. Probably not. Like, there are times that you need to sacrifice sleep to get something done. True, there are times where you are stressed and you need to still power through. Sure. But how do you handle test after test after test? You can move. You just missed Slayer Dart's conversation about testing in England. You can go there and just have a terrible time each time they have a test at the end of the school year. Don't do that. How do you deal with test after test after test? It's got to be like a very logical approach to what is causing the stress. So, like, are you behind? Do you not understand the information? Is it that you understand that, but it's just the consistency of the testing? You feel like you can't take a break. If you can identify the actual problem that is causing the stress, like the test exists, sure, we understand that. But why is it causing you stress? And I don't mean that in a stupid way, and I don't mean to diminish the idea. But if you're actually asking to try to deal with the stress around it, what about the test is the problem for you? Is it that you don't know what's going on? Like, it just stresses you out that you are going to do poorly? Is it the grades fear thing? Is it just the constant testing? What's the situation? I asked you a lot of questions and haven't answered yours, but I would like you to answer mine and then I will answer yours. It's remembering everything by the time the midterms hit. That's a good point, Slayer. That's cool. Yeah. A lot of people aren't that self-motivated, though. Most people are not that self-motivated. At least in the US. I don't know about England, to be honest. It's remembering everything by the time midterms hit. So, what are you talking about? Math specifically, or history, or just everything? What are the specifics of what you're asking? Everything. Okay. Brady,
Yes.
come up here. Help me out. Were you paying
Yes.
attention or no?
My lord. Test anxiety.
Yes, test anxiety, but just read the last like 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
Okay. So remembering everything by the time the test comes around for midterms. Having an organized system is super, super important. And my guess is that, and we're not going to say anything you haven't heard before, but it's actually applying those things. If you're at a breaking point, if you're asking us this because you hate it enough to actually listen, like there are lots of things you don't like, and then it doesn't matter so much until you're just at your wit's end. So maybe you're at your wit's end now, and now you're open to trying something new. Yes, Slayer Darth, please offer stuff. This is not just about us vomiting information at people that we think is good. Actually, it very much is, but we'd love it if you did it too. We just have a big cauldron of it.
A big vomit fest.
Yeah.
Chapter 13 is okay. It's everything. Does everything include?
The question was like, what subject specifically? You said everything.
Okay, on
Yeah.
the test.
On
just
like the midterms,
schools,
on
tests.
like history and English and science and math and just all of those things all at once and remembering all of them. So it's a very small question, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Oh, okay. Okay. So it's basically how do you just retain all that information for the tests?
Yes.
At least for maths. Chopper E13. That is a good question. What to say about that? I would say number one, this is something that I did not do when I was in high school, is get enough sleep. When you don't get enough sleep and you're exhausted, things tend to sort of spiral outward of control. And anxiety and inability to focus, I mean, they're all connected to your, getting good sleep. So that's kind of one sort of anchor that you got to put down that will make everything, I guess, come into focus a little bit more. Yes, okay, having all of it to
Let's see. What is it because you don't like it? Do you feel like you take a test and then all of the information goes out of your head? And you just are learning what you need to learn the night before a test, and then by the time the midterm comes around, you've just like learned a bunch, dropped it, learned a bunch, dropped it, learned a bunch, dropped it. Is that what's going on? I mean, all the different subjects are very different. Like they're different animals. Physical exercise is important. That's also true. A lot of it is not even psychological. It's just glandular.
Glandular.
Yeah, thank you. Physical exercise, like the physical side of your mental health is overlooked most of the time. You can't convince yourself to feel good, but you can run and that might make you feel good, or it might make you feel bad and then don't run. But that's wrong. You should run.
It decreases your physical pain.
Yeah.
Takes away some of that.
We hope we haven't just annoyed you enough to where you just left. Because there is no nice answer for this question. But if you give us more stuff, we can give you back more stuff. And then maybe
Chopper.
something we throw in the cauldron will help.
Schedule things with
Schedule.
Multi Ipsum.
Right.
Schedule. Make sure that you set aside time. You look at when your tests are going to be and block out several days in advance. Okay, Chopper's right there. Good. Block out several days in advance, like what periods of time you're going to use to study for specific tests. and make sure that you follow that.
Oh, it's a little bed. Oh, I like that drawing.
It's not a bed.
It's not a bed. What is it? It's a robot?
Yep.
Oh, it looked like a bed before.
Nope.
Is it a robot with a bed for a head?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like green eggs and ham?
Yes.
Oh, well, that was easy. What if that was the book? Sex and green eggs and ham? Yes. Great. We're done.
I don't know what that emoji means. Or emo. Or whatever.
Is it like a baby or something? The dog got stressed out. That's pretty funny. They need multiple dogs, so they got to have dogs that dog could then walk itself.
Yeah.
Right. It's like a ratio. It's like a big pyramid of stress. You got to just make sure you're pushing it down on the right
You
amount.
know what that robot's name is?
The sleep bot?
Bedman.
Bedman.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell it? Bedman?
Yeah.
Is that his first or last name?
It's his surname.
Oh. What's his given name?
Junior.
Junior Bedman.
Yes.
Junior Bedman. That's wonderful.
Actually, well, his mother is the queen.
Oh, wait, that makes sense, because then if you're the queen's son, you get named Junior.
Well, no, but his mother is Queen Bedman,
Oh,
and his father is King Bedman.
so he's Junior Bedman.
Mm.
That's what names do.
Yep.
They always have.
Okay, so Chop, yes.
Pretty cool.
If it worked.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
We talked about trig before in terms of prerequisites for calculus. Yes, we did. Chopper. What? So we're throwing a bunch of stuff at you, but like we want to make it specific. So if you can give us specifics, we can give you specifics back, because general things are just going to be. And as soon as you do bad on the first test, you're just destroyed for the rest psychologically.
Are we talking about like first test of the semester, or like the English section on the ACT, and then once that doesn't go well, you're in a bad place for the other sections? Probably a little
I have
bit
a
of
younger
both.
semester.
Huh?
I have a younger
Explain.
semester. She's 4 years younger than I am.
Really?
Yep.
I don't follow. What did I say?
She's my semester. No, it's unrelated to what you said. I've been ignoring you.
Oh, you have a
Yeah.
younger semester.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yes. At the end of the day, it's just a test. Let's treat it like that. Slay Darth. No, not Slay Darth. Chapter 13. Yeah, you.
Do I look like Bedman?
A little bit.
Kinda, right?
I want to go in your little
No, you
triangle.
can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier said than felt. When you do badly on something or poorly on something. Did you say you do poorly on something? You can say badly.
You can say badly.
Yeah, it's definitely not a good feeling.
So with that, I mean, you're already kind of into the school year now, but front load the work. If you miss the beginning, you're going to not have the foundation, and that's why front loading things is very important, because the foundation is more important than anything else. Like when you get to the SAT and ACT, the foundation is more important. You're going to be tested on math from 7th grade. So 7th grade is arguably just as important as 11th for what you're studying in math.
The foundation
Yeah.
is Khrushchev. Nikita Khrushchev.
The foundation of communist China.
Glasnost. Yes,
Did you say? I
Glasnost.
think we were both correct.
Yes, I think so as well. Yeah, ooh.
Useful.
Chopper, I would also talk to your teachers if I were you. See if there's things that you can do or recommendations they have to catch up, or maybe for extra credit. I don't know if teachers are okay with that. I have to go to bed now. Why don't you guys go do some trig basics and strings? Is that a good looking later? Yes! Video of the day, or VOD?
It's just like the recording.
Yeah, yes, definitely Slayer Darth. We'll
Maybe.
throw that up. So, okay.
Could you tell us what you want? Like, have you ever done trig before?
He says he hasn't the first thing. He doesn't know the first thing about sine, cosine, and tangent.
All right. Cool.
Excellent. Thanks. Chapter 13. Stay strong.
Chopper, what are you working on in math right now? because we can do that.
Slayer Darth,
Or
we'll do some
English.
trig.
Like if you have anything that overlaps with the SAT or ACT, we can do that stuff. And if you're in high school, you're learning math that's on the SAT and ACT.
Sometimes I just look at your facial hair
Yeah.
and I wonder.
What do you wonder?
Well, actually, hold on. No. Trust me.
I don't though.
No. There's
Tell me to trust you,
a
doesn't-
small piece of hair that's
Oh.
going to come off.
When you yank it,
It's gone now. You got it.
you're welcome.
I was going to get it.
Yeah.
But you don't trust me.
Right.
Why not?
You are untrustworthy.
Really?
Yes.
Where does that come from?
The lack of trust I feel when I look at your facial hair.
I don't have much of it.
That's why I don't trust you much.
If I had more, you would trust me more.
Probably.
Okay.
Chopper, what are you doing in math? We'll do it. We'll talk about it.
Slayer Darth also wants us to do trig.
Yeah, we can do that. But let's talk to Chopper first. Because Chopper is here.
Hey!
Is that the Chopper dance?
No, this is the chopper dance. Duck.
This is fun.
We've never done this before.
Yeah.
That's the chopper dance.
I feel very closely chopped.
Yeah. A fine, close chop.
Okay, so you're okay with math. Great. That's about it.
All right, trig.
Yeah, let's do some trig.
Slayer-
Honestly, if you have more questions, Chopper, keep asking him about anything. It doesn't matter. We'll answer them.
We definitely will. Slayer Darth, this is for you. Trig. Trigonometry. Study of triangles. Study of right triangles in particular. Let me throw a scenario at you and see what you think.
I hate this.
What? What's wrong with this?
Is that what you're doing right now? Your
I'm
behavior.
I'm having a good time.
I know.
We're not going to get to right triangles yet. Take a look at this triangle. 6, 7, 10. All right. Let me draw another triangle. 3, 3.5, 5. Hey, Uncle Bill's here.
Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill, we missed you at Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is coming up, I suppose.
Yeah.
We hope to see you at Thanksgiving. Slayer Darth. These two triangles have a scale factor of 2 between them. What I mean by that is that this, if you multiply all the different side lengths here by 2, you get this triangle right here. We call these similar triangles because their side lengths are all in the same proportions to each other. And what this is going to mean is that the angles will be the same. There is no way to make a triangle that has all of these ratios without the angles being the same as each other. Not as the ones in the triangle. Like, I'm not saying this, this, and this are the same. I'm saying this and this are the same, this and this are the same, and this are the same. Okay? If I told you that these were similar triangles, and let's say I said this was a 9, and I didn't say what this was. These are similar triangles. You see that there's a scale factor of 2, 6, 3. I guess so. You're dividing by 2 to get from here to here, dividing by 2 to get to here to here. So we must be the same thing to get from here to here. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. This side must be 4.5. Okay? Similar triangles. Sides are proportional no matter how big or small the triangle gets. Everything is scaled up or down by the same amount. That's step 1. Step 2. How does this apply to right triangles? Good question. Here's what's going to go on. I'm going to say that we have a... Let me think about this for a sec. Okay, yes. Here we go. What is the thing on the side? Oh, here in the moment. That is Junior Bedman. Levi drew a robot. And the robot has a bed for a head. And so he called it Bedman, which turned into Bedman. And then I asked what the first name was, and it became Junior.
He's
Junior
got
Bedman.
bedhead.
Junior Bedman. Let's say we take a square, and we just put a diagonal down it. All right, the square is, I don't know, 5 on all sides.
5 what?
5 units.
Oh.
5 units. 5 units. Okay. You know what? This is going to be better. I don't like the root 2 thing. I want to go for the 30, 60, 90. Oh. Yeah, man, this is about to pop off. Hello, here in the moment.
Here in the moment, ask us your questions, we'll answer them.
Here
You've
in the
never done that
moment.
before.
We've never done that. Okay. Different situation. Equilateral triangle. 10 on all sides. Let's drop a height right down the middle of it. We cut this thing in half. which means this is going to be 5. And if you do your Pythagorean theorem, what you're going to get is that this is going to be 5 root 3. So I'm just going to get rid of this side of the triangle. This side length is going to be 5 root 3. Okay, now, as far as angles, this originally was an equilateral triangle. This angle was one of our 3 angles. This is going to be 60. We split this angle in half. So this is going to become 30. Let's say I did this again with some different side lengths. Let's say I had an equilateral triangle and I made this, I don't know, 40. Same situation, 40, 40, and 40. This is 60, this is 30. This is going to be half of 40, which is 20. And then we're going to have 20 root 3. So what you notice here is we have the same angles in both of these triangles. They are similar, just like these ones up here. This is going to be 10 root 3. No, sorry, 20 root 3. 20 root 3.
Root 3.
Root 3. There's a scale factor of 4 from here to here. Okay, so let's look at 30 for a second. This angle 30. The side that's opposite 30 is 5, and then the hypotenuse is 10. The side that's opposite 30 here is 20, and the hypotenuse is 40. Okay, if we're looking at the ratio, Uncle Bill he's got a shark fin. That's cool. If you look at the ratio of what's called the sine of 30. The sine of 30 degrees is equal to the opposite side. So you take the sine, the cosine, and tangent of an angle measure. You choose a specific angle, you look at it, and you say, on a right triangle, we take 30 degrees, we look at the sine, that's going to be the opposite side over the hypotenuse, which is going to give us 5 over 10, just 1/2. If we do it over here on this one, we should get sine of 30 with these side lengths is going to be 20 over 40, which is 1/2. So sine of 30 degrees, doesn't matter how big or small your triangle is. If you have a right triangle with a 30-degree angle in it, the sine of 30 means that the opposite side will always be 1/2 of the hypotenuse. All right, it is a ratio of side lengths. Okay, so let's get rid of these ones. And everyone, please ask us your questions. Please. We're dying here. Okay? So therefore, let's say I had a 30, 60, 90 triangle. And I knew that, I don't know, this side here was 7. Okay? The sine of 30 is 7 over some side length x. We don't know. What we do know from sine of 30 being 1/2, though, is that this should be 1/2 of the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse in that case has to be 14. It's just got to be. It's just got to be. So if you have your calculator, you can plug in sine and cosine of a bunch of angles, and you're going to get ratios. So like, we're going to say that the cosine of, here we go. All right. Cosine of 30 degrees is around 0.87. It's around 0.87. So what that means is the side length, we go over find angles, transversals next or something similar. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. I will do that in 1 second. Okay, 30, the cosine is root 3 over 2. So 0.866. Yes. So cosine is the measure of an adjacent side over the hypotenuse. So what you get here is this acronym. That is SOHCAHTOA. This is the way that we remember what side lengths go with which trig ratios. So for sine, you get opposite over hypotenuse. For cosine, you get adjacent over hypotenuse. And then for tangent, you get opposite over adjacent. Cosine of 0.87 means that the adjacent side is going to be around 87% of your hypotenuse. These ratios are just built into angles in general. If you have a certain kind of angle, then you know from that angle what the ratios of the rest of your sides in that triangle are going to be. They're basically locked in at that point. It doesn't matter how large or small the triangle is. The side lengths will be in specific ratios, no matter what. Those specific ratios are given to you by sine, cosine, and tangent of these angles. and your calculator knows the values of these things. You're not supposed to know that cosine of 30 is 0.87. I mean, later on when taking trig, you'll learn that the ratio of that is root 3 over 2. But it's around 0.87. It's not exactly 0.87. But basically, we use these ratios to find missing side lengths of right triangles. And it comes up in a lot of other contexts as well. It comes up in physics. It comes up in periodic phenomena. Phenomena is plural. Phenomena? Yes. And a bunch of other things. We can talk more about this when you're back. But that's kind of a little... Can I ask a question from BO2? BO2. No, but, I mean, if they post it, can we just make up our own?
You can make up their own.
What?
Here in the moment, if you have a question that maybe you shouldn't have, can I erase this?
Yeah.
Do this? Come up with like something that's, if it can, relate the same concept, then we can answer it. But we can't do straight up questions that we shouldn't have access to.
Sorry.
Sorry, we're very sorry.
Very sorry.
We're so sorry. We actually are. We would prefer to be able to, but we can't.
Yes.
That woman never got back to us. I
Yeah,
assume.
she did.
I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
She did.
We should call again.
Yeah, I'm pissed. Do you believe me?
Yes.
Good. Did you watch the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
No.
Have you? Bits and pieces. Yes, I've seen it. I watched it all the time when I was a child. Discord.
You can put it here. It doesn't matter.
Well, if it's an image, we can't see it on that.
Yeah, sure.
Have you... We should at least put it in our Discord.
They're in the Discord.
Okay.
Yeah, put it wherever. It's fine. Just tell us where. And we will do it.
We will do it. Oh boy.
Do you have any children tonight or no?
I do.
1, 2.
9 to 10 is one child.
Got it. Thank you. Yeah, I have one 9:15 to 10:15. Where hast thou linked thy question? Thy question, right? Sorry, one sec. Okay, don't be sorry, be disappointed. Wait, what is it again? I'm not angry, I'm disappointed, right?
Yes.
Cool. Let's see. We could do more. Oh, it's a shark fin. Got it. Why? Alright. Did we ever put up the Queen one or no? For
What?
Instagram? The Queen post for Instagram or no?
Not yet.
Okay, so we have that one.
We have to
And
get a
wings.
video up before that, though.
Yes. Yeah. Which can just be like somebody's question.
Could be. Someone to ask us? Like, user-generated content?
Yeah.
I mean, are we at that point yet?
Well, we can just say like someone asked us this question. And do it. And then say, ask us your questions.
True.
And that's what all of them say.
Right.
Oh, I like this guy. It's kind of cool. It's not working, so I give up. Oops. Got it. What's it on? What's the topic? Is it math? Transversals. Ooh. Is it something like that and like that and like that?
How'd you know?
Is it like that? Is it like that and that? What is it like? Is it like that? Tell us.
While I do this. There are perpendicular lines
With transversals on them. Oh, so like this situation? Something like that, where these, I guess, lines, those are perpendicular. And you got a transversal? Something like that? Cool. What's the question? What do we know, what do we not know? I'm going to label some angles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me some numbers and we can figure some things out. I can label this with whatever stuff we want to label. 6, angle 6. So we don't know angle 6, sure. So let's say that's x degrees, I guess. Now, how do we figure out anything else here? There are lots of ways. So let's erase. I assume you don't know any of this information here. Otherwise, it would be pretty straightforward. This looks like 90, so whatever. That's probably unimportant as well. You got 7, 8, 9, 10. So the way you can also work backwards on this type of question. When they give you a drawing, you can say, well, how can I figure out x degrees? Well, I must know one of these guys, right? These two angles are vertical, so they are congruent. These two angles here are supplementary to this. So if I know what this angle is, then I just do 180 minus that and I get my x degrees. If it's something up here, how do we work back from here? So if we know any of these, we can figure out x degrees. Well, if we know 90, so that's useless. Or it's not useless, but sure, we know it already. Now here, what do we need to know to get down to there? I think it would be this angle 10 here, right? Because this angle, if this is, let's say, 50 degrees, I hope this is this too simple for what you want to go over? Or is this fine for you? Do you know what's going on here in the moment? Also, anybody else, you must do this. You must. If you don't, we cease to exist. No, please keep going. Okay, got it. So, if this is 50 degrees here, or let's say we don't know that. Let's just make it give ourselves a couple more steps. So, that's gone, that's gone, that's gone, and that's gone. Okay, so here's our triangle. And blast. How'd that get there? Okay, let's say that we know this angle over here is 125 degrees. Yeah? So we know that angle. We can figure out everything around it. Anytime you have two angles next to each other that add up to 180, right? These two angles there, angle A and angle B, they're supplementary, right? So we know that this angle 125 is supplementary to this angle in here, right? Into the top angle of the triangle. How do we figure out what it is? Well, we do 180 minus 125. We get 55 degrees. Yeah? So this would be 55 degrees in here. I hope that's visible. And then what's our next step? Well, to get down here, we know we have a triangle. Those all add up to 180 degrees. So we have 180. We have to subtract 90 for this angle here. We have to subtract 55. And that will leave us with 35. This is also all behind the thing, so that's great. That says 35. All right. So we do, this is called the triangle sum, triangle sum formula, theorem.
Did they add up to 180?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Angle sum, triangle angle sum theorem, something like that. Doesn't really matter. Adds up to 180, right? The three angles in the triangle, interior angles. So if those add up to 180, you do 180 minus 90 minus this says 55. That will give you 35 degrees. So that means that this is 35 degrees. Zovind, what's up? Do you have questions? I appreciate the thumbs up and whoever's face that is. Ask us your questions. You can do it in chat. You can do it in our Discord. You can do it on Reddit. You can do it on Instagram. It doesn't matter to us. Just ask us a question somehow, some way. The Discord, you can post questions, like pictures of questions, which is nice. Or Reddit, I guess. And then we will answer them right now if you have them. If you don't have them, we can still do it, but we won't because we don't know what it is. We'll just say stupid things like I'm doing now. So from here, we have 35 degrees. And these two are vertical angles, as I said before, so that means that x has to be 35 degrees. And we're done. You could go the long way and say, well, this is 35, and this angle are supplementary, so that means that this is 145 degrees, and then this angle and this angle are supplementary, so you just go back to where you came from. To generalize from this type of question, whenever they give you some sort of geometry setup like this, you're going to throw whatever you know at it. There isn't actually that much stuff from these pictures that you need to remember. There's the transversal stuff, so this stuff where you have the alternate interior angles, you have the corresponding angles, you have the vertical angles, those are all congruent, and then you have the blue and the pink are supplementary, so same side interior with these two, the pink and the blue, same side interior. You have alternate exterior there and there. So you have those transversal things. Interior angles of a triangle add up to 180. You have interior angles of a quadrilateral add up to 360. Basically, anytime you add a side or a vertex, then you add 180. There's a formula for that. I can talk about that. There's a finite number of things that you need to know for geometry. So what I recommend is when you get these things, just start filling out what is what. What is this? Not you, Levi. Oh, the Zovint emote thing? Don't know. Do not know. Here in the moment, do you like these things? Throw whatever math you can at this. This is not going to be circle ratio stuff. This is going to be triangle stuff. So throw all the triangle things you need at this type of thing. You can work backwards from where you want to go. Say, well, what do I need to get this? Well, I would need one of these things. What do I need for that? I need this. And then you can go that way. So you can kind of meet in the middle from your question and your answer. Works on the ACT science section as well, that type of approach. Do you have more questions? I'm going to erase this now. But I want to answer more of your questions. I really do. Zovin just kind of said hi and then peaced. Or didn't. I don't know. I feel like we do have some viewers who just kind of watch and don't say anything, which is fine, but it makes me sad.
Why?
Because I know they're there, but they're just not asking questions.
Why?
I don't know, Brady. Why don't you ask them?
You're angry with me.
I've been angry with you.
You've been angry with me.
I'm angry with you.
You're angry with me.
You're angry with you.
I'm angry with me.
Aren't you? You're my business partner. You must do everything I do.
I'm your business partner. I must do everything you do.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good.
Very good.
I don't like this. What do I ask? That's a great question. That's a good place to start.
Oh,
what do you ask?
They should ask what they should ask.
Why don't you ask us what you should ask? Start with that. Good. Now, what type of questions do you have? Are you of the SAT, ACT taking age? Are you of the SAT, ACT childbearing age? What age are you? So we can start with that. If you're in high school and you're not taking the ACT or SAT anytime soon, you can ask us stuff about grammar, punctuation, reading tips, math. Whatever math you're in is probably going to be covered on the SAT and ACT unless you're in the higher levels. Calculus stuff is not there. I'm in 9th grade. What is something good to know? Oh my gosh, there's a lot of good stuff to know. I hesitate to really go too in depth with all the things on the tests, just because you're not taking them for a while, so it's not particularly useful, and you'll probably forget, because why would you need to remember that for a year and a half at least until you would actually take these tests? But I'm happy to I'm happy to go over those things. We earlier on the stream talked about the general differences between the SAT and ACT, so we can do that. Also, you can just ask us math questions. If you're in 9th grade, whatever math you're in, unless you're like in calculus for whatever reason as a freshman, which would be cool, but not good for us. You can ask us those questions. Anything on math you want, we can talk about that stuff. Any kind of stuff in math class that you're struggling with, we can talk about those things. Thank you here in a moment. So a ratio of A to B is 3 to 1. Okay.
I want to do it.
No, you don't know how to do this type of math.
That's not true.
Oh. Come on up here. I'll write it out for you. A to B is 3 to 1. And B to C is 6 to 1. B, I'll just do this. I think that's it. Whoa, that's not where I thought this question was going. So we have 2A plus 3B over 4B
make it a fraction.
plus
Divide it by.
3C. Oh, sorry, I thought that was times. I don't know why. I don't know why, Brady.
Do you know why?
No.
Didn't you see the movie with you? 4B plus 3C.
I was listening.
So what?
I don't know.
Excellent. All right. This is going to be wonderful. Thank you for getting rid of those parentheses. Okay. That's good. That's very good. All right, here in the moment. We don't need to know the absolute value. I guess that's actually a term. I don't want to use it. We don't need to know the actual value of A, B, and C. All we need to know is what they could be in relationship to each other. What I mean by that is like if you're baking a cake where the ratio of eggs to milk, I don't know, is 3 eggs for every 2 milk. That's a ratio there. 6 to 4, also that ratio. 9 to 6, also that ratio. Any of those would work. And because we're going to put them into a fraction and then simplify if we can, it's the same deal here. A, B, and C, there is an infinite number of possibilities here for what A, B, and C could be, but they have to be a certain ratio to each other for it to work. So we're just going to need to find one example of a ratio set that works, and then we can plug it in and we can have a ball. So A to B is 3 to 1. If that's all we had here, A to B is 3 to 1, you could just say, easy, A we're going to say is 3, and B we're going to say is 1. And that would be super simple. Lenify! Whoa! What's up, Lenify? You're looking pretty cool, man. At least your name on the screen we have over there. Let us know if you have any questions, Lenify. We're here for you. But then we get this whole B to C is 6 to 1. And if we think the same thing, where, okay, so we're going to say that B is 6 and C is 1, this is fundamentally incompatible with the B value we have over here. All right? So one thing we can do is to scale things up by a certain factor so that B is 6 in both cases. Okay? Like, do I want to make this 6 into a 1? I'd have to divide both of these by 6. I could. It's going to be kind of annoying. I want whole numbers. It'd be nice to have whole numbers. So this 1, if I can turn this thing into a 6 to match this B, then we have an A, B, and C that would all be consistent. So the way to turn this B into a 6 is to multiply this by 6. What we have here is 3 to 1, which can be expressed as 3 over 1. Same situation. We want this 1 to be a 6. We just have to multiply the top and bottom by 6. So what we're going to get is 18 over 6. So that means that 18 is now going to be what we use as A. So, okay, not a great place to put this, but we have both of these things times 6. We now have 18, we have 6, and then it matches with the 6 over here. So our final values for all of these, A is 18, B is 6, C is 1. This is the smallest, most simplified ratio we could use for these 3 numbers, considering the relationships they gave us, at least in terms of whole numbers. So now we just have to plug this into what they gave us. So we have 2 times 18 plus 3 times 6 over 4 times 6 plus 3 times 1. They give us 36 plus 18 over 24 plus 3, which is going to be, is everything divisible by 3? It will be, yeah. Okay, so that's going to be 18, 3 times 18, 30 plus 24. 54 over 27,
which is going to give us none other than 2.
Actually gives us 2. Very fine. Zovint. 10x minus 3y is equal to 15. Standard form to slope-intercept form. I need a refresher. I just wrote this random equation.
Yeah,
That's
baby.
quite
I got
the
it.
random
You can't do
equation.
this. You can't do this.
You're right. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah. All right, we have 10x minus 3y equals 15. So this is standard form, and we want to go to slope-intercept form. I need a refresher. Okay, so slope-intercept form, what we're going for is y equals mx plus b. So let's just get the y by itself first. We're going to subtract 10x from both sides. We get negative 3y equals, and I'm going to switch up the order here. I'm not going to write 15 minus 10x. I'm going to write negative 10x plus 15, just so that we're closer to this guy here. Here in the moment, be nice.
Yeah, you're in the moment.
Good.
Wait.
So you're here, and then we're going to divide both sides by negative 3 because we want that y by itself, and we'll get y equals, so these cancel, of course. We'll get y equals, and now this is, we have to divide both pieces here. Why is it up close? Ew. What's happening?
What is happening here?
Of what do you speak?
Oh, that
Oh,
frog emoji?
yeah, the frog thing.
The emoticon.
Emoticon.
The Decepticons and the Emoticons.
The Decepticons have attacked. My girlfriend Felicity was a Decepticon.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
Yes. So we have negative 10x over negative 3. That will give us 10 thirds x. I'm going to write it that way. So this is the same thing. Actually, I'll write it the way that it kind of looks at first. So the negatives cancel out for the 10 divided by 3. So we get 10x over 3. And then we have plus 15 divided by negative 3. So that will be minus 5. Now, I wouldn't write it this way. I would write it as y equals 10 thirds times x. Now, these are exactly the same. Nothing has changed, really.
Nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed. So it doesn't need any additional stuff.
Oh, jeez, Levi. Now it's all over. Ugh.
Well, we'll dry it later.
Yeah.
After this.
You're gonna try it later.
Okay. Happy? What are your thoughts? Comments, concerns, dreams, beliefs, value systems of equations. Want to do systems of equations?
No. Oh, so you just keep it 10 thirds.
Yep.
You can change it to a mixed number if you
can
want.
make it 3.3 repeating x. You can do that if you're into that type
You
of
can
thing.
make it 3 1/3 x if you want to
Yeah.
make it like that.
Yeah, but I would recommend this. Try to stay with improper fractions and fractions in general because they are more exact. This number 3.3333, that's rounded unless you have the little thing, but it's just
Yeah. Thanks, Zoe. Pick up your markers. Are you made of primordial soup? I had some primordial soup earlier today.
You did?
Yeah,
Did you dip your primordial bread into your primordial soup?
I did.
Yeah,
And I toasted to our primordial success.
that's good.
Thank you. If I had a question that was beyond, could I still ask? Sketchy Hat Man, hypothetically, you could.
We owe Sketchy.
But we owe you something.
Yeah.
Stay here.
So Sketchy subscribed yesterday for 2 months, and we're very sorry we're having technical difficulties when you subscribe. So we appreciate the stuff. We also would appreciate everybody spreading us like the plague. So put the stream in your mouth, and then cough it on people. Yeah, I think we're ready to go.
Well done, Sketchy Hat Man! Well done!
Any follow-ups, Zovint? We can talk about this more. We can talk about systems of equations. We can talk about anything you wish. Is there any part of, you're a freshman right now, so that's cool. Is there any part of 8th grade math that you're expected to know, and your teacher was garbage, and so maybe you're wondering where Rachel is.
I'm looking for like a founding father.
Yeah.
There was a founding father here. Where'd he go?
No.
Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Swear to me.
I'll swear to you.
Where'd he go?
Oh, I swear I don't know.
All right. I'm gonna go find that founding father.
Batman again? What do you mean again?
Again. All right. Tell me also if you ever see Morgan Freeman.
Okay,
He's my weapons guy.
got it. I'll let him know.
Okay. Thank you, Sketchy Hat Man. That's great. We appreciate that. You posted a question in Discord. I don't know if we told you this, Lenify, but we can only do questions that are legally released. Oh. Lenify, good news for you.
Sums are not on the SAT or ACT. Correct, Bird? Correct? There are sequences, there are no sums.
So the question you sent about what, with the sum of the first 17 terms being blank, not on it. Not on the test.
On the ACT or the SAT?
SAT.
Yeah, on the SAT. I have seen a ACT question like that.
With the sum?
They ask you what is the sum of the first 200 numbers.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to do this one then?
Sure.
Let's try to change this up though.
Oh yeah, this would not be on the test.
Yeah, this is like
No.
too hard. Yeah, Lenify. Do you want? So Lenify is on YouTube. For those of you on Twitch who don't know who we are answering, Lenify is on YouTube. Lenify is our sole YouTube viewer ever, probably.
I think I see how to do this though. Should I do it?
Sketchy Hat Man has a question about integrals. Integrals are not on the test for sure, which I'm sure.
So Lenify. Should I do that one?
Let's wait for Lenify to respond. Why don't you? What's your question about integrals? Ah, there you go. There it is. Want to do that?
Integral cosine of the fourth.
If we're doing calculus, I'm dipping. We're just doing this and we're moving on.
That's it, don't worry.
You're missing a lot of punctuation in that sentence here in the moment.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know either. Sorry. Lenify. Alright. Yeah, we're not going to do calculus right now, mostly because Levi and I don't know how to do that off the top of our heads. Lenify. You have an arithmetic sequence here. An arithmetic sequence. And the seventh term?
Sixth term.
The sixth term is 21.
Let's make up our own.
What is this from? It's from his textbook. It's a picture of his textbook. It's fine. Sixth term is 21. So, an arithmetic sequence...
Oh, yeah.
Seventh term is going to be that plus the common difference. So I'm going to say this is 21 plus d. Okay? And then the fifth term, don't worry, I'm not going to go all the way. The fifth term is going to be 21 minus d. And 21 plus 2d, 21 minus 2d, all that, so on and so forth. Okay? If you want to do the sum of an arithmetic sequence, the sum of the first 17 terms, the sum is going to be first term plus whatever your last term is times the number of terms over 2. I guess it's actually, usually we call a sequence that's arithmetic like a to the n. So we would say a of 1 plus a of n times n over 2. So you're adding the first n, terms. Have you seen this series equation here? I think it's called the Gauss sum. We're going to need to use this to figure out what the common difference is.
Does that look familiar?
Let me know, and then we can keep going.
You've not. Okay, well, you would need to understand how to add up the terms in an arithmetic sequence for this problem to make sense. So if you haven't seen that before, then we have to start with how that works. And this does show up on the ACT occasionally, so this is probably a good time to talk about this. So let's say, oh my god, I'm so angry at myself. Here in the moment, don't be angry at yourself. So let's say we're going to add up all the numbers from 1 to 10. Plus 8, plus 9, plus 10. Okay? Not a lot of numbers. We could add them up if we wanted to in our heads on paper with a calculator, whatever. There's a fast way to do this, though, which will help when you've got a lot of terms to add up. And it was created, or I guess discovered by this German, I think it was German, mathematician named Carl Gauss, who figured out a lot of stuff. There's so many things named after him. What he figured out is that if you add the first and last term, you get 11. But you also get 11 if you add the second and the second to last term, and also the third and the third to last term. You keep getting 11. So we figured out, okay, how many 11s are there going to be? If there's an 11 for every pair of numbers, then I just take the number of numbers and divide by 2, and that's the number of pairs. And I multiply 11 by that. So 11 comes from the first term plus the last term. So we have first plus last. We multiply that by the number of pairs. Okay, so in this case we have 1 plus 10. Multiply that by 10 over 2, which is going to be 5. This is going to give us 55. Okay? If we're adding everything until we get to 100, see what that's going to be like. All right? First term and last term, it's going to be 101. We're going to multiply that by 100 over 2 because there's going to be 50 pairs of numbers. And you're going to get 101 times 50, which is equal to 5,050. Okay? You can add up numbers very quickly as long as they're in an arithmetic sequence, which means they're increasing by the same amount every single time. They're just the same jump to get to the next number every single time. Lenify. Is this making sense so far? What that's going to mean is that to add up the terms of a sequence, you just need, so the sum of an arithmetic sequence will be the first term plus whatever the last term you're considering is, that multiplied by the number of numbers divided by 2, which is going to be the number of pairs you have. So I'm just going to put this all over 2. That's how you would add up an arithmetic sequence. Let me know if that is chill. Because if it's not chill, I abhor things that are not chill, then I'll make sure that we make it chill. What time is it? 8:48. Hey! You're in the moment. Why are you angry at yourself? Holes in violins. Calculus books used to have. That makes sense. Good. Okay. I want to get some practice with this, but you can do that on your own time. So, in this specific case, they're telling us that the sum of the first 17 terms is 0. So let's plug that into this and figure out what's going to happen. The sum is going to be 0. Okay? First 17 terms. N is going to be 17. So that this whole thing is going to be 17 over 2. The first term and the last term is going to be the tricky part. We don't know what those are, but we can have expressions, right? The sixth term is 21. Everything after that, you're adding whatever your common difference is, d, over and over and over again, okay? So we want to find what our first term would be and our last term, and let's see if we can figure this out. In order to get from 6 to our first term, we have to go 5 backwards. So if we do 21 minus 5d, that can count as our first term. So the fifth would be 1d, the fourth would be 2, the third would be 3, fourth, fifth. That can count as our first term. So 21 minus 5d. And then we're going to add our last term. We want to go from the 6th to the 17th term. In order to get from the 6th to the 17th term, we have to go up by 11. Those are 11 jumps, which means we're adding d 11 times. This is going to be 21 plus 11d. All right, plus 21 plus 11d. This is the setup. I learned that s over 2. Right hand. Yeah, it depends what you call your first term. First term plus your last term is what you're going for here. Yeah, it's depends on the context for when you use the first one or the second one that you put. Because n minus 1 is where you have like a, I think a 0th term or something. You have to have the actual definition of the sequence. Anyway, so if we continue here, we have 0 is equal to... So this is going to be 21 plus 21, which is going to be 42. Minus 5d plus 6d is going to be plus 6d. And that's going to be multiplied by 17 over 2. Multiply both sides by 2. That's just going to go away to become 0. Actually, so, okay, 0 is equal to 42 plus 6d times 17. Divide both sides by 17. The 17 goes away. And now we just have to solve this. So the parentheses no longer matter. You probably see what's going to happen here. I'm going to subtract 42. I'm going to get negative 42 is equal to 6d. Therefore, d is equal to negative 7. That is our common difference. That is what we're adding every single time. Thanks for following. Yay! We love fellas. Yeah! Something like that. We're subtracting 7 every single time. So that means if we're going backwards, we're going to be adding 7. They want to know the first 2 terms of the sequence. So, get rid of this. That's actually way too hard. 21 minus d, that's going to be 21 minus negative 7, which is plus 7. So that's going to be 28. So 28, add another 7 to go backwards. That's going to be 35. You see where this is going. It's going good places. That's where it's going. So we have third, second, first. Add 7. That's what we're doing. We're going to get 42, 49. That's your second term. 56 is your first term. That is what you're going to get for all of this fun stuff. Yay. Lenify, any questions on that? You must know your sequence formulas and your series formulas to get this. And you also have to realize these simplifications we made. Just putting in expressions that stand for those terms. We're adding some number, we don't know what it is, but we're just going to keep adding that number. Levi.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What about you?
I thought so.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We should probably erase this before somebody sees.
The textbook, people?
No, I mean just, we don't want Lenify to know.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, I set up too fast, Brady.
Oh, no.
Much too fast.
You gotta sit down. Does that ever happen to you in other contexts?
Like outside of stream?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yes.
I feel like this is the only context where I have the problem of getting up too fast.
Lenify, do you have other words or questions?
Words.
I was thinking words in context.
I must attend to the restroom.
Very good. El Tuarusarf. LTW. Whatever your name is. If you would like to ask us questions, you should. We appreciate the follow, but we also subsist on questions. No more questions, Lenify? That's so sad. Lenify, what year are you, by the way? You're not a freshman, are you? No, you're doing this math. No way you're a freshman. No way. We need some more questions, otherwise it's going to be just me erasing things for the next 6 minutes. Brady's attending to something, so that's good. But we do need more questions. We are saying that so much. 11. Okay, got it. Cool. Are you done with testing? Or no? Probably not, right? Not this early. Yeah, you normally seem to know what you're here for, Lenify, and, drop in, ask your question, drop out. Which is cool. But sad, because I want more questions, and I don't have any right now. I recommend when you go, if and when you go to college, to study abroad. It's really fun. I was just thinking about studying abroad in Paris and the croissants I ate after going to the pool. It's fun. You should do it. Do exactly what I did. Okay, let's see if there's anything worthwhile on Reddit that I can do. Probably not. ACT this Saturday. Let's get it, boys. Awesome. Can't do that. Certainly can't do that. Can maybe do an SAT question. Don't know. Don't just watch me do. Sorry, I'll come with a million questions. Oh, good. I like that number. That's the magic number of questions, for sure. Yeah, please come with as many questions as you want, Lenify. That's totally fine. We will answer your questions as much as we can. If other people ask questions, we will just switch off. Simple as that.
Where'd you go? I have to go have a child.
Where'd you go? I miss you so. Seems like it. Wait, say goodbye to everybody. Nobody's asking questions, so we can just say goodbye now.
Goodbye, everyone.
Have a good night, have a good night, everybody. Lenify, yeah, come back with your questions. Ask a bunch. We would love to answer them.